Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's morning ramble. And it is December 30th. And being December 30th, most people have given some thought at this point, at least most people I've talked to, about the year ahead. And I don't know what your rituals are. Since 1994, I've gone through a process called Your Best Year Yet, written by a woman named Ginny Ditzler, who I've come to know a bit over the years. And it's kind of a fun 10-question review of the year just gone, plan for the year ahead. And you can look it up online. I'll share a bit of it here. But essentially, the first few questions: what did you accomplish? What were your biggest disappointments? What have you learned? How do you limit yourself, and how can you stop? Those are all the sort of reflective questions. And then there are questions about sort of what you want for the year ahead, what your major focus will be for the year ahead, your top 10 goals for the year ahead. And you wind up with a kind of a cool little one-page best year yet plan. And it takes anywhere from half an hour to days, depending on how you go through it. But I had done that for, over 15 years. When one year I was with my friend Robert Holden, and he shared a question with me. And the question was so simple that it was kind of disconcerting. And he said, what would it be like if next year was your most enjoyable year yet? And it was fascinating, because in all my years of trying to make each year my best year yet, I'd never asked the question, I'd never even considered the question of what would make the year ahead my most enjoyable year yet. And I found that with that in mind, I had completely different answers to all the questions. I had a different sense of accomplishments and disappointments. I had a different sense of how I stopped myself, how I limited myself, and how I could stop stopping myself or limiting myself. Different learnings came to mind. And I noticed that when I did a sort of and these are the different goal things that I would like for the year ahead, when I was looking to make the year ahead my most enjoyable year yet, I found over half of the things that were kind of on the goal list, and I'm using air quotes on goals because it's not really how I think. And in one of these rambles, or 12 of these rambles, we'll talk about how I think about goals. But I realized that a lot of things that would make it my most enjoyable year yet would be things I would stop doing, things I would let go out of my life. Whereas the best year yet was always additive. And in the years since then, that was probably 2010, I've kind of looked each year to make it my most enjoyable best year yet. And the combination of the two has proven very fruitful and has meant I've had a lot of very enjoyable, very good years. And so if you want to play with this, I would love you to play with this. What would it take for next year to be your best year yet? And what would it take for next year to be your most enjoyable year yet? And maybe for you there'll be the same thing, but maybe for you there'll be a couple of different things. And it's just a fun place to look. And you can share what you see in the comments below. Have fun, learn heaps. Talk to you soon.